everyone, Ryan Young, Kama Jiu-Jitsu. I know that almost every one of you who watches this channel has heard of the term called keeping it playful, or keep it playful. If I remember right, that term was coined by Professor Gracie over the Gracie Academy. My interpretation of what it is that jiu-jitsu needs to be fun. Now, if you really think about why we do jiu-jitsu, why are we doing jiu-jitsu? It's to develop your self-defense instincts, get your body going, to be able for that, to be ready for that 1 or 2 times in your life that you may need to call upon it, right? We're spending hours and hours and hours each week. I mean, look, I'm on the mat 7 days a week. I may take 1 day off here and there, but I'm generally on the mat every single day. If I'm not teaching classes, I'm teaching privates, or I'm just training, you know, that type of thing. But I'm on the mats every single day. And I'm sure that's exactly the same with Gracie. Now, keeping it playful is really a mindset, and it's trying to keep your training interesting so you keep doing it. Because when I used to go to lift weights, I did this for many years as well, and I had to kind of keep it interesting to me because I just get bored going in there, push a weight up, pull it down, push it up, pull it down, whatever, and done. So for me, what I started to do is really take an analytical approach. I'd write down all my workouts, and and I live by that philosophy that you need to improve 1% every day. Don't try to improve by leaps and bounds. If it happens, great. But really, all you're expecting is to improve yourself by 1% a day. So what that meant for me in the gym was doing 1 more rep, right? 1 more bench press at, 200 pounds, 1 more rep. Or, maybe I'm trying to do push-ups, right? So instead of 100 push-ups, do 101, right? So I'm just trying to improve myself little by little, because if and I tell this to a lot of people that are just completely out of shape. I give them a little bit of extra work to do when they're not training. So let's say they can only come once, maybe twice a week. I say, look, you need to get your body kind of working out too. So wake up in the morning before you jump in the shower. For those of you who shower in the mornings, I shower at night, but right before you jump in the shower, get that water going, and while it's heating up, you just get down and you start doing some exercises. It could be push-ups, right? Oh, but I can only do 5 push-ups. Okay, we'll do 5 today, and tomorrow, try to do 6. If you can't do 6, at least do 5. If you have to die trying, die 5. But if you're so sore that you can only do 2 and you have to stop, then stop, take a breath, and bang out the remaining 3. But at least get to 5, right? You'd be amazed at where you'd be 1 year from now, right? So today you may be doing 5 push-ups. A year from now, you may be doing 105 push-ups. And that's just by trying to improve a little bit every day. So keeping it playful in jiu-jitsu is a way for you to continue on that journey to improve, because you're going to plateau. You're going to become stagnant at some point, and you're going to go, man, this sucks. You're going to get to the point where you go, I don't feel like should I go today? Nah, I won't. I'll just watch TV. The reason why that's happening, you're not excited to go, and it's not only jiu-jitsu, it's with anything in life. The reason why you're not excited to do it is because you're bored of it, and it has gone from being fun and playful to drudgery. Boredom precedes drudgery. If you're bored for too long, it's going to become drudgery for you, and it's going to be, I don't want to go anymore. And that's how we quit. How do people like me, Dave, and Gracie, how do we all do it for decades? How do we do the same thing for decades? The way we do it is we keep it playful. Now, that's Hiron's term. I never thought of it as keeping it playful. For me, it was always just find a way to make it interesting. Because for me, if it's not interesting, I'm not going to do it, right? Think of a cat and a mouse, right? Cat goes and catches the mouse, but doesn't kill it. What that cat might do is might play with it. So, grab it and grab by the tail, fling it up. Watch it, boom, drops. The mouse doesn't run as quickly anymore. Because why? It got thrown on the ground. But it still moves. So the cat will kind of watch it for a while, pounce on it, pick it up, throw it up, bang. After a few of those drops, the mouse doesn't move anymore. It's still alive, but doesn't move. Well, the fun is gone for the cat. So the cat's going to just leave it, walk away. It's like, whatever. Is that all you got? Boom, go. And it's the same thing with jiu-jitsu. So let's say you've been training for a while. You're good now. 3, 4, 5 years, blue belt, purple belt, whatever. You're just there to train. You're not there to help the school or anything. then you're not going to want to train with the brand new guy on his first day. Because even though you were there, you don't really remember what it was like to be that person. You just think to yourself, it's no fun anymore. You know, this guy doesn't know anything, and I'm just going to be all over him. You know, you do it instead. I don't want to do it. That's how a lot of people think. Now, how do I approach it? For me, it's I'm trying to improve my ability to teach every single day. If I can communicate myself 1% better than I did yesterday, then I'm a success. So I have a new student, and I always have somebody where they don't quite do what I ask them to do because their mind and their body just hasn't quite developed that link with me to where I know where I say something and they're able to do it, right? They're still getting to know me and I'm getting to know them. So it's not their fault, it's my fault. I need to figure out a different way to link with them to get them to understand what I'm saying. I try to do it in a fun way, and I try to keep it playful on the teaching side, and on the training side I do as well. So here's one way you can keep it playful when you're training. Let's say you're a big, strong guy. Big, strong guys always, once you start training, always want to get on top. That's just what they do. Little guys always play passive and let the big guy mold them over, and they play from the bottom. So you kind of have a natural progression. Big guys almost always play on top, little guys almost always play on bottom, and you get to kind of accepting that role and you get to doing it. Well, the problem is you do it 1, 2, 3, 400 times, you'll get bored of it, right? The little guy will be bored playing on the bottom, the big guy will be bored playing on top. So you got to kind of switch it up. So the big guy has to learn how to be more passive and let the little guy get on top of him, whereas the little guy has to learn to be more aggressive and try harder to get on top. Those are ways that you can kind of, and now they're playing in unfamiliar territory. Little guy on top, big guy on the bottom, like, oh, what the hell is going on here, right? I'm not used to this. Well, that's a good thing, right? It keeps it interesting, right? And if you keep it interesting, your brain is always firing, right? And it's always learning new things, right? As they say, neural associations, neural pathways are being created by you doing things that are less familiar. And by doing that, you make things more interesting, and then you'll often figure stuff out like, wait a minute, you know, the big guy playing from the bottom. You know, I never did know this particular sweep, but now I get it. Well, it only happened because you play from your back. If you're always playing on the top, you'll never learn the stuff from your back. And on the other hand, the small guy on top, he gets on top and realizes, I don't know how to submit the guy. I've never been here before, right? I've never been on top. And that happened to me years ago, but it wasn't until I decided to become more aggressive to get onto the top to play that position more. Keep it playful, battle your plateaus, get out of your ruts, all the same thing to me. So I hope that helped to not only give you an understanding of what it is, but also to help you to keep it fun and keep yourself interested, keep yourself training so that you can be 20, 30 years into the art and still loving it every day. That's all I got for you. Take care. Subscribe if you haven't. Be sure to share this if you think somebody can benefit from it. And check out our links below. Take care now. Bye-bye.